Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
But nobody ever has decisive proof on any of my people I'm defending.
No. Yeah.
What?
That's a good point.
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof.
Yeah, that's
she's like, it seems likely that she did it.
You're not supposed to say that.
I don't think you're supposed to say that as the prosecutor. Well, you are supposed to say that as the prosecutor when you're prosecuting that person, but that's not
who you're prosecuting.
I mean, I guess technically he's not a he's not a defense attorney.
I don't understand his place at all. He's confusing.
Technically, he's not a defense attorney, so I guess he's not portraying his client because she's not his client because nobody's his client.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
she's prosecutor.
Edgeworth is just like your foil. He's supposed to be your when you're doing devil's advocate. Edgeworth is like your devil's advocate. He's just there to contradict everything you say, make it hard for you.
Well, it's just like,
he doesn't really have an exact
in a murder trial like
his
this,
motive isn't really clear sometimes.
In a murder trial like this, as far as I'm aware, generally speaking, there's one person who has a client, basically, which is the defendant, because they're the one accused of murder.
Well, the prosecutor has a client too, but usually he's representing like the family of the dead person, or like the the person.
It's kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
Like generally their client is the dead person. People related to the dead person, which means none of the witnesses necessarily are their clients. So they don't really have anyone to portray necessarily. They can't be like, aha, he did it, the dead person. Although you could actually, but that'd be a different outcome. But it's not like a legal. It's not like a liability or like legal dispute where it's like there's clearly like a person who's going after another person for a reason.
Well, not in this situation. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just don't really know that much about courtrooms.
Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now? You also can't tell yourself to leave.
Like, you need to be dismissed.
Yeah, you can't just be like, I'm done with court.
I'm tired.
You almost confirmed that I was the murderer, so I think I'm gonna go on a vacation now to anywhere else but here.
I'm fatigued. I need salmonella to drive me back
out of this courtroom. Testify again, Vasquez.
Probably. It's definitely not the last one.
Give up. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again?
No one to give up, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean give up? We've just largely confirmed that you're probably the murderer. There's no part where it's like, wow, we're on the defensive here. We're retreating.
Get Salmonella up here and then break him, because like I think he'll like flip out.
Yeah.
Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask me the same questions, get the same answers.
Well, you have to get people to repeat a story to try to find inconsistencies, because if they're making it up, they might have trouble remembering it compared to if it was true.
Yeah, that's true.
A cross-examination, you might say.
Mm-hmm. A waste of time.
Damn. Come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness D. Vasquez.
Ooh!
Oh!
Our boy! He's gonna help us!
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
I didn't.
Oh.
I see.
I got hyped.
Very well.
Actually, I have
Your
one.
Honor, I request that the witness testify again.
You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness.
I just want to hear your testimony again.
I like your voice. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Why would anyone listen to you? You're the potential murderer. I would like to cut this short and not do any boring things that might further incriminate me. Let's just all, get bored and leave.
Yeah, let's
That's what she's advocating
all
for.
go home.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. I'll just ignore the fact that both the defense and the prosecutor both want this. Let's just not instead.
Yeah, it's a vote.
Not like we have anything else
2
to
out of
do.
3.
Do you have somewhere to be, Judge? What exactly did you want her to testify about?
His wife's waiting for him.
Well, yes, Indeed. Verily, I say ergo. I want to hear about what happened after you found the body. After they found the body?
Yeah, where the fuck's the suit? That's what we gotta get to.
I was gonna say there's a whole day of timeline, and she only testified about one part of it, and no one pushed her on saying any more about the rest of the day. Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows?
He loves us.
He'd probably realize she did it too. But it's also just nice to have somebody else here to do my job for me.
But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that...
You can get a guilty verdict on her.
Yeah.
Bam.
Maybe. Is he allowed? Is that how that works? I don't know.
We got accused of murder in one of these court cases. And they were going to convict the lawyer. So who the fuck knows what the rules are?
Edgeworth is like he's gonna be like our,
In this universe, they don't even have to open a new fucking trial.
He's like our frenemy.
They can just accuse somebody else and then and then the trial ends with their conviction and they didn't have to start any trial or anything.
Yeah, he's been kind of fucking up ever since we showed up, so.
Yeah. He just can't take his eyes off us.
I was gonna say he's in love with him. Oh.
Edgeworth.
I would love that. I'm gonna ship that.
After finding the body.
I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent.
Don't even know her name.
Whatever, her name's like Dime Quarters or something.
Dime Quarters.
I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up.
My name is Silver Dollar. Silver Dollar.
That's kind of cool, actually. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. Asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. And then I went home. Like, very unaffected by all of this, apparently, because a murder happens and you're like, whatever, goodbye.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. Are we ever gonna get Salmonella on the stand? How long is this day gonna be?
I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. Hold it!
What time was that?
We were to meet at 5 o'clock for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then.
When exactly did you arrive? When exactly did you and Mr. Manila arrive at the studio?
About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you.
That's an hour of spread between when the meeting ended and the head was cleared to when the body was found.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a lot of time.
Where were the other employees when you got to the studio?
They weren't there yet. Wait, what?
Well, then you could have put the hammer in the costume with Salmonella's help.
Oh. What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes?
Oh wow, that's foolproof evidence. You're right. How could I ever question that?
You should try to listen to what other people are saying, boy.
Didn't you hear when I said I'm not the killer? God.
Yeah, I said I wasn't.
Cleared of all charges. Boy.
That boy ain't right.
The witness will continue her testimony.
I'm not gonna press her on, like, can you prove you weren't stuffing bodies into costumes? But whatever.
Yeah.
The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent.
Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct?
So he says.
Did no one go to call him?
Remember
what?
There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm?
You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder.
She said that she, like, didn't want any part of it and then went home afterwards. Like, yeah. I don't think she cares that much about the dead body. She, like, did some work and then went home.
Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around?
The other way around?
You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez?
Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking it very logically, I assure you. Also, without his Steel Samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he looks like Wolverine.
We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing.
What does that mean?
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
He's also the star of your show.
Are you describing him like he's Penny? We just forget he's there, losing places.
But he's the star of the whole show.
Wolverine man that's the star employee of the entire.
That doesn't make any sense.
Nothing she said made sense. Poor Powers. That's why it always just says sniff.
Sniff.
Well, I suppose that explains that. Does it?
No.
Does it? Have you seen the designs of characters in this game?
Penny's the one you leave behind. You're right, Keith. That's the one.
Yeah, they've set up a character that's forgettable that no one even knows the name of most of the time, and then they're like gonna pretend Powers is forgettable when he's huge jacked man.
That should have been his name.
Huge jacked man. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue. It'd be pretty on the nose if they called him that after designing him that way.
But he is already on the nose.
Yeah.
I immediately called the police, and then Powers showed up.
What was everyone else doing at the time?
No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Completely
silent? No one was even like, who did this? Or, there's a body. No one said a thing?
Oh.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, that was me. Oh yeah.
But,
sorry.
But it's me too.
Then silence, dead silence.
It's constantly drifting between some kind of weird impression of Wolverine to like David Hayter's Solid Snake. Metal Gear.
I recently found Snake Eater on Spotify, the song. And it's on my Spotify now, and it's so jammin'. It's such a good song.
The lyrics are very literal.
They're like something about being in the forest, eating
animals. Yeah.
And it's like sung by like some very professional lady who they probably handed this like the lyrics to, and she's probably was like, all right.
What a thrill.
I guess I'll sing this. Hey, Nick.
Do you know what the context of that, by the way?
What about the ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get to that part of the game, you just climb a ladder for like 3 minutes as the song plays. And you'd be like, what the fuck is happening?
They made it like, that was like the moment where I was like, I do still love Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Despite
all the mistakes he's made.
My feelings lately, but
his last 2 games being bad.
When I saw that scene, I laughed so hard. That was
mostly
so
for his
funny.
reasons.
You know, on Salty Bet, that's like that was like the song everyone always requested was like Snake Eater. And so when Snake Eater played, everyone like lost their shit. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. What? No. This is not the point.
She's not paying attention at all.
She's like, do.
She's checked out completely.
She's thinking about Snake Eater.
She's thinking about the next episode of Steel Samurai.
That's not gonna happen. Aw.
Because not only was one of those stars murdered, but the director's about to go to jail.
Security. Well, this is the producer. Oh, no, actually, the director too. Sorry.
Yeah.
The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it."
Old Bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? Didn't she tell us already?
She said because she saw him going towards the studio.
Right. The Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word?
Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact.
That photograph? Meaning the one taken by the security camera?
She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer.
I can't get out. Maybe this will be a thing where the comments are like, no, it's clearly this or whatever, but like, once again, this entire fucking case would be solved instantly if the photo thing just wasn't selectively turned on for 10 minutes, then was off all the time otherwise. We would literally have an account of every single time every single person that works here went left or right through that hallway, and we would know who had return trips and so on. So like we would see the Steel Samurai go towards the murder scene, and then we would see Powers go towards the murder scene without the samurai ever going back, or Powers ever going back.
I know.
They introduced a device to this fucking case that solves the entire case for us, but it just is incredibly incomplete for no reason, and no one in the universe questions it a single time. See,
a part of me would be like, I would think like, oh, maybe Old Bag's also in on this, but they already made her a sympathetic character, and it's not going to be that. But like, in any other situation, I would totally think she was purposefully giving us like a very small portion of evidence to convict the person she wants.
Yeah, because she did delete photo number 1. Well, but there should be dozens of other photos, and also it should be photographing us whenever we're going around the place too. Yeah. Where it's like off now. It's like, well, what the fuck is your job, lady? She's so bad at her job.
This whole case and murder is contingent on her being like the worst security guard of all time.
People basically hire you to stop this from happening.
And she's amazingly biased.
Not only did she fail to stop this from happening, but she also kind of isn't helping solve the murder either because of how bad a job she did. She really did. It really was just on her cheat list. She was just here to fuck him.
Yeah, no.
She wasn't here to work at all.
Yeah,
I solved the case.
She murdered him because he said no to her, and she was like, I moved to LA for my one chance. I never had a cheat list, but that's because I'm like realistic, and I'm like, I don't want to like be sad about the people I can't have sex with. Don't make me think about that.
I don't want to be sad about the people I can't have sex with.
There's a lot of those in the world, unfortunately.
Most, you might say.
Turn me down? Who? All those famous people I'll never meet.
I don't think there's anything in there I can use.
Les Claypool's married, so... I asked to be left out of the proceedings.
You asked to be left out?
Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. You can't ask for that. And I'm not really fond of that sort of thing, so I dipped. I was like, whatever.
But you can't just decide if the police will and won't question.
Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise.
Damn.
They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting.
I don't think you understand. I'm famous.
I'm important.
I get to do what I want.
I get to kill whoever I want. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us.
Covered for you? Or covered it up for you?
Yes.
Oh, the whole studio's in it. 12 people going to jail. Tons of off-screen people we never met going to jail. There must have been a lot of writing on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Yeah, those 4 dudes that came out of fucking nowhere and we're not bringing up anymore. Like, we're not submitting as evidence that she threatened us. She threatened to disappear us, and there was 2 witnesses. Maya and Gumshoe were there, and we're not bringing that up at all. And it's a significant, at the very least, like, evidence against her character as a witness. She tried to murder me, and everyone saw.
That's a very good point.
Maybe she's the murderer.
Yeah, Judge. No one's going to talk about that. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes because I didn't care about this at all, and I forgot about it already, and I went back to work.
I don't care. I just want my boba.
That's a whole different character. I'm being the bored, careless bitch.
It doesn't fit the character.
I like
it just fits how fucking flippant she is about it, though.
Flippant's a good word.
Just doesn't give a fuck about any of these things.
Boba's my oh my god kind of character. I love Boba. Boba's so good. It's like little orbs of jelly.
I like it when my smoothie has shitty little surprises in it.
I hate boba.
I like getting startled by my food.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like boba.
Why is there a weird nightmare surprise that just attacks me through the straw periodically when I'm drinking this? Why does anyone want this?
I understand the point, but I just want like a continuous stream of delicious drink and not to be interrupted every 5 seconds by some weird jelly.
And a lot of it just stays at the bottom, and then you're like, cool, there's just a bunch of shit at the bottom now, and I'm out of drink. What was the point of this?
I like boba because all my friends like boba, and we just go there, and I just like it because they like it, and that's the cool thing to do.
I like to be liked.
I'm sure a lot of people genuinely like it for good reasons. I just don't. If anything, I'm a weird person.
And they call it tea, and I'm like, I don't believe you.
It is tea a lot of the time. Milk tea.
I would like to have tea or a milkshake.
Milk tea is not at all like a milkshake.
Never shall the two be meet.
I don't know. I've had some brown sugar boba milk stuff, and it's very good. I think even you'd like it. If we go someplace, I'll be like, get that one.
Damn.
And you'll like it. Damn it, you'll like it.
I'm gonna be inflicted upon with new experiences that I cherish.
Ew, new experiences. You better cherish them, bitch.
We're gonna find that okonomiyaki place.
Please.
Once the plague ends.
Please remember and don't forget, because I already forgot. So.
The back of my mind.
Take me to Okonomiyaki.
We're gonna find the okonomiyaki place in the Bay Area once we're allowed to go outside again and eat at places. The script and your direction notes?
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. Harder! Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why did you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
You knew about she just admits that she just admitted that she knew the murder already.
Rejection!
She just admitted that she knew about the murder before she went to the scene of the murder.
Yep, she did. She fucked up. Who could think of rehearsing after that?
Wow, she's not really smart for a battle of wits person.
Phoenix, go!
She's about as smart as most people are that will like self-declare how smart they are.
I am
We're gonna have a battle of wits.
Smart. I think I'm smart. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Ms. Vasquez, please continue. I was like, thank you, Edgelord. What the fuck?
Thanks, Edgelord.
Fucking Phoenix is like, oh right, that makes sense. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Phoenix? Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. I'm the only person fucking paying attention in the room, apparently. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Oh my god, why did it take this long for someone to notice this? Why is her tongue brown?
Because she's smoking opium. Although I think it makes her tongue either black or green, I forgot.
Order, order.
I think.
Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, finally, even though he clearly ignored a lot of clear evidence in the last couple of cases.
We feel camaraderie.
And he seemed to clearly care more about winning than the truth, despite saying that he's here for the truth.
Well, maybe we changed his mind with our
force
plucky
of good.
Our plucky determination.
Does that mean he's gonna be gone?
He's a
Are they gonna replace him with another lawyer that's more villainous?
I think people.
Otherwise, how will we fight him?
He's consistent. Maybe I think he's just devil's advocate, but like in a good way, where he's like making sure that we're sure about what we're doing.
Right now, he's just the other defense attorney. Like he's like breaking all the rules.
I'm not sure how it's gonna go from here on, but we'll see.
Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. Also, I can't believe I'm so fucking stupid I needed his help in this situation.
He's so handsome. I think I might be in love.
He's got those anime lines that's cruising behind him, making him look like he's accelerating.
We both like banging.
While standing completely still.
We both like banging on desks. We have so much in common. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter.
Your death.
I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there'd be no rehearsal.
Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. The witness will lie.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. I think that's not right either, yeah.
How did you know about the injury?
How did I know? Sal. He told me.
Sal, the director.
You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done until now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body.
So that's the old testimony.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Only Powers was absent. Immediately called the police. The Powers showed up. Security lady was like, Powers did it. I asked to be left out. They still basically, she didn't actually clarify why she knew there wouldn't be a rehearsal. No, I guess she did. Yeah. But then why were they scheduling a rehearsal? And
yeah,
why'd she go to a scheduled rehearsal if she already decided it wasn't going to happen?
Yeah, that's all very weird. It's all very,
We need counter evidence here of some kind. Powers is injured and can't do any action scenes. But she left them behind. Wait.
what?
Knew that a Hammer was injured.
Oh,
The wrong fucking person.
She fucked up.
It's the wrong person.
Oh, damn! I almost missed that.
Because their names are hard to distinguish from each other.
Because they're both like just actiony names.
Yeah, they're nonsense names. They said that Hammer was injured. There was no evidence of Hammer being injured. It's Powers that was injured.
Where's the? Do we have evidence of that?
Powers? That doesn't make any sense. I don't. How the fuck do we push this?
Fuck. Maybe you do have to show the photo. But like,
Even though we know this is not Powers, so it's like nonsense.
Well, you can show because you can show him dragging his leg, because they still think it's him.
So I already pushed her, right?
Did you?
How did you know about the injury?
Yeah, Sal. Powers. Fuck, he's fucking up.
So
God, she's slipping.
I do have to present information.
She's slipping, man. How could she fuck that up? Just kidding. Did I?
I knew Hammer was injured.
Did I not say Hammer? I meant Powers.
So you think I need to present this photo? You know, it doesn't make any sense, but I don't know how else you would. The spear, which was broken with Powers. It's rough that we don't have a photo of that scene of the accident happening.
Yeah, even though we see like a screenshot of it.
Yeah, so it's like that image is how I know you're lying.
But how do I show you that? My memory, my brain vision.
It's weird trying to figure out the game, like the adventure game logic of like, we know the contradiction, but what item somehow presents that? It's like, a human could just say it. Like, could just point out the obvious contradiction. That's what we do, that's what we do during the dialogue segments anyway. And it's also what Edgeworth just did. He doesn't point at a picture and be like, that's the one. But yeah.
Be like, excuse me. In real life, you just be like, Hammer? What? I honestly, I don't think you have anything else.
What is happening? You know what feels wrong about this one is, like, we pressed her on it. Pressing her should have been all we needed to do to catch this obvious problem. It's too obvious.
Jackhammer.
Because we haven't mixed this up, right? From day one, it was supposed to be Will Powers that was injured.
Yeah, that's why that's why the photo, everyone's like, oh, he's dragging his leg, It comes up all the time.
I guess I'll show her this.
I think it's all you can show.
Objection. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers.
What?
That evidence doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Presenting that evidence does not in any way illustrate the point, because it was Hammer in a costume as Will Powers, for some reason limping for reasons that are still unclear. Yeah. Because everyone interprets it as limping, but he had no reason to be limping because he wasn't injured, but he was wearing the costume. But that's our evidence for my brain's melting. You
know what would be really a good companion to this game is if they had like all your evidence pieces, but then they also had like a list of just like
thoughts and
facts.
Concepts that have been, the timeline and testimonies.
But just have so many of them that it still is a challenge to find the right one, because I can see why someone would say, oh, it's too easy. But if you have just kind of like every fact on a long ass list, you probably could find one that would help. And then have
all of the colored text moments become like a list of things.
Yeah, and then just have like the physical evidence for when you have to show like physical proof of something.
Yeah, here's part 30 of the judge paying no fucking attention. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
I forgot who was who.
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo.
Oh, what?
But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning.
Oh,
that person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer.
My hero.
Oh, so he was pretending to limp because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers, and she shouldn't have known about the limp before. So by even confirming the existence of a limp at all, she's confirming that she saw the Steel Samurai right before his death.
Yeah.
When it was the other guy in the costume. Although she still is saying that Sal's told her, which I guess fucks it up anyway.
Yeah.
That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. This is like the first detail we confirmed in this whole fucking case, like Jesus Christ. Now, why do you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it. It was Sal that told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? I don't know, I do it all the time. You just fuck up.
Yeah, I just, whatever.
This is actually a really weak point.
Yeah.
Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything of Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Also, the pant legs are really long. We're still not bringing that up. It's driving me fucking crazy.
Okay, I'm assuming it's just some sort of weird costume change that we don't understand as stupid Americans. I'm sure there's some aspect to this we don't understand.
And by now there's a comment about this every video, because it's the thing we keep hammering, whatever thing we keep hammering for an entire case will always be what the comments are about.
It's like the top knot and the E-Honda samurai knot thing on his back.
I want a hero that trips on his own legs.
E-Honda has, because he's a dude. And then the long pant legs must be something, even though it seems like the most inconvenient thing to ever have as a samurai.
Yeah, that's super risky.
I'm just gonna assume it's a costume choice at this point. Okay, so let's move on. He was limping apparently, so. Unless I say it right now. If I say it right now, I'm gonna flip my lid, but okay.
Him pretending to limp is so incredibly dedicated.
He's doing something very nice.
I gotta say, I have really fucked up my ankle before. I don't think you could catch me on in a photo that would conveniently convey that I'm limping. I don't think that this whole premise is rough. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah. And when he was doing this, well, it would have to have been after he put on the steel samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And they did some fucking Matrix ass shit, apparently.
You think that he would stop limping, to save... Well, I'm assuming she caught him by surprise. I was gonna be you think that, he could stop limping to avoid dying, but I don't know. Apparently she's just able to throw people, so we're just gonna ignore that.
With her mind.
Do.
And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who'd been injured that morning.
That gasp is always gonna be that gasp with that face.
No, okay. Sal just had the wrong name and I didn't correct him because I didn't know better.
I was like, oops, I just fucked up, sorry.
Oops. I say that I do it all the time on the Let's Plays. It's easy.
Yeah.
Order. Order, I will have order. I've probably done it multiple times this playthrough.
You called me Ashley once. I'm so fucking mad about that.
I do know an Ashley.
I don't care.
It's not some movie character or whatever.
Stephanie.
You're such an Ashley.
Oh my
Karen.
God. Oh, don't even. I'm a Stephanie. I'm the best Stephanie. Just kidding. If your name is Stephanie out there, good for you.
Good for you. Everyone else,
we're friends.
Get fucked.
Stephanies are cool.